small can of lubricant similar to this is supplied with the binder. To do your lubrication, suggest you put the binder in full zigzag, the selector, whether you have the dial or the lever, full zigzag. That way everything is moving as much as it's going to move. Very simply, you can develop your own procedure, but the one I use is I start up here at the hand wheel. There's an oil port here. Give her some oil there. There's an oil port on the top, the crank, the back crank, oil along the shoulders of the second crank. And as you're doing it, turn your hand wheel. Remember, always rotate it toward you. There's a small bearing area up underneath this lever here. On the other model, it's on the forward side. Don't forget that. Get a little oil up under there. There's a bearing area up under here. On the older models, there's a port right in the back of the machine where you can reach in. On this one here, you would go in right here. Oil this slide area here. As you can see, that would cause the thing to back and forth motion on that. Oil all this linkage and stuff up in front. Make sure that gets plenty of lubrication. There's a bearing right in here. There's all these shafts, pivots, everything that slides and turns. Don't forget the needle bar. It slides in and out of this carrier. There's a little shaft right here. A lot of people will do a wonderful job oiling the whole machine, but they forget this little shaft right here. Front, you'll notice your feed roller free spins in one direction. Maybe about every second or third oiling, put a little drop on these universals as you turn it. Put a few drops on either side of your feed roller. Turn that. Keeping it in full zigzag, lay the machine on its side like this. This exposes everything that you need to get to on the bottom. Keep your lubrication, all of these pivoting areas here, the slider here. Again, you've got a little bearing point right under here. You can access it from right here. Just give it a little shot. On the older machine, it would be just simply where 2 points join. You notice the shaft sliding back and forth through the frame here. Make sure that it gets lubricated there. Anything that slides. Right up on the front of your shuttle, where your shuttle comes through here. Give her a little shot there. If you do that, and do it right and do it thoroughly, you'll add many, many hours of service to your machine. Put your covers back in place. Thread your machine up and test her out. If you do have a problem with your binder, before you start making any adjustments,